Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Your video is about to start. I wanted to remind you of our newer Wednesday, 1 p.m. live stream Q&A on all things Social Security. Visitors are welcome to post a question in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer it. It's on a first come, first serve basis, so please get there on time. Otherwise, if you care to be a member and get some different kinds of perks, feel free to click the join button below or just click it to learn about them. Anyway, I hope to see you Wednesday. If not, enjoy the video. Bye now. Hey guys, this is a quick pop in just to share with you. I know everyone's been like, woo, well, many of us very excited to see who the new, eventually, if the new commissioner of Social Security will come in, but in the meantime, who the acting commissioner is. So, as I think we may have talked about elsewhere, maybe in the live Q&A today, I'm not sure. There is the new acting commissioner, Leland Dudek, and I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Anyway, he has put out a statement, lickety split. You don't really see this. This does not happen often. So I appreciate it. And I hope you all do too. So he put out a public statement about, and I'm going to read part of it to you, and I will link it because it is off the press office page in the SSA.gov website. I happen to got it emailed to me, but that is where I can link it to you. Okay, so it's a statement from this acting commissioner about commitment to agency transparency and protecting benefits information. And here's part of what he quotes. I'm honored and humbled to be appointed Social Security's acting commissioner pending the state confirmation of Frank Besignano to be the SSA's next commissioner. So Mr. Dudek is temporary. He's the acting guy until the new guy can be confirmed and that whole silly little hearing thing that we have going on. Not that hearings would be silly, but the way they go on in current day, it is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to watch them. I do watch pieces of them quite frequently, not just for confirmations, but for other reasons. Anyway, he goes on to say, I accepted the position because I strongly believe in the agency's mission and the hardworking and dedicated employees who serve America. He talks about openness, transparency, and accountability are tenets of good government, and demonstrating them begins with me. To that end, and I appreciate that, he puts himself right in there as, yeah, I got to be transparent too. To that end, and I'm quoting again, I want to share several points to reassure the public and our employees that I will continue SSA's history of transparency and protecting benefits and information. He's being generous there. But, a little diplomacy might be necessary. Then he goes on to say, I've experienced firsthand the impact that Social Security benefits have on families' lives. Since joining the SSA in 2009, so folks, he's been there a very long time in other capacities, most significantly, I think, in fraud detection. I have had the opportunity to work across multiple parts of SSA and especially appreciated my experience working alongside frontline employees in the Cambridge, Massachusetts field office. Okay, so he came from Mass at one point. This is important. Transparency begins with me, he says. My first call as acting commissioner was to our Office of the Inspector General. That's the OIG. On Fridays, I sometimes put out some of the OIG's reports on fraud cases that have been either indicted, prosecuted, or gone so far as conviction and sentencing. So to provide them, the Office of the Inspector General and those within it, I suppose, an opportunity to oversee and review any and all agency activities, including my actions, past, present, and future. So let's reiterate that, okay? My first call was to our OIG to provide them an opportunity to oversee and review any and all agency activities, including my past, present, and future, my actions, past, present, and future. I trust in the people to be informed. and I am making available my agency personnel and performance files to the OIG. I don't know that you could get more transparent than that, guys. And God bless them because that's exactly what everyone deserves. Um, Everyone who supports this, which is all of us taxpayers and citizens. And then he says the law matters and we will follow it. I've invited the government, let's continue here. I've invited the Government Accountability Office, that's GOA, the nonpartisan and independent agency that works for Congress, to observe how we conduct agency business. Wow, how refreshing, huh? Um, some of our former commissioners might not have wanted this, might not have been willing to do this. Good government means finding ways to do better, he says. The Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, is a critical part of President Trump's commitment to identifying fraud, waste, and abuse, and better ways for the government to function to support its people. I want to be very clear about the DOGE personnel who are now working at Social Security. This is also really important, guys, because you've been hearing a lot of fake news from politicians, YouTubers, all sorts of silly, dangerous rhetoric. So let's get to it. But there's 4 bullet points. The first one, he says, our continuing priority is paying the beneficiaries the right amount at the right time and providing other critical services people rely on from us. Bullet point number 2, DOGE personnel cannot, and that is in all caps, cannot make changes to agency systems, benefit payments, or other information. They only have read access, READ, and that is capital. I mean, many of us knew this, those of us that A, have common sense and B, pay attention, but not everyone can do that because not everyone has maybe the access, the ready access the rest of us, some of us have to more accurate information. So the rumors were flying about, DOGE personnel, 18-year-olds taking people's, Elon Musk, richest man in the world, literally the world, taking your $500 SSI check. It was just ridiculous. And it was fed by certain people that you may or may not think is a good media source. Number 3, DOGE personnel do not have access to data related to a court-ordered temporary restraining order, current or future. I didn't even know that that was one of the fake rumors going about. Didn't even see that one. But people will make up fake stuff to put fear into particularly claimants. It's very riveting and they can get a lot of control when they do that. So that is the agenda of some of the bad actors. DOGE personnel, this is the 4th bullet point. DOGE personnel must follow the law, and if they violate the law, they will be referred to the Department of Justice for possible prosecution. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to work, right? Someone breaks the rules, breaks the law, they need to be investigated, and if it was intentional or in some way criminal, prosecution. I'm all for it. You know me, if you file the fraud law review, I think I'm pretty tough on it when you are intentionally a bad actor versus making a stupid error that has nothing to do with being a bad actor. He also says, I also want to acknowledge recent reporting about the number of people older than age 100 who may be receiving benefits from Social Security. The reported data are people in our records with a Social Security number who do not have a date of death associated with their record. These individuals are not necessarily receiving benefits. I am confident that with the DOGE's help and the commitment of our executive team and workforce, that Social Security will continue to deliver for the American people. The end. Okay. So he laid out a lot of facts there to clear the air of the BS stink that's been going around. So anyway, I will link this if you want to read it for yourself, but I appreciated it. I don't imagine he's going to be in there very long, but I don't know. These hearings and their circus nature, sometimes the circus goes on for quite some time. But he does have a good apparent history in detecting fraud. And that's the first part of the battle. And then, of course, once we detect where it's coming from, we need to devise a very savvy way to prevent it, right? So that's what I hope is going to happen. That has not been something that's happened competently, I think, thus far. I just don't. Okay, that's it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Talk to you later. Bye.